I'm Sydney Rogers, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here on FingerLakes1.com. We are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios, where I am joined by Josh Durso and Jim Sinicropi.
Here we are.
Here we are. Welcome. How's your Wednesday going so far?
Good. It's cool out. It's perfect. It's refreshing.
It is weird because I've caught myself get the chills a few times today, because I'm so used to the heat that we're in the air conditioner. I'm like, oh no, it's cold.
It's one of those weird in-between days. If you're in the sun or in a car and you don't have the windows open or anything, it feels a little stuffy. Then if you turn the air on or if you roll the window down, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's almost
I think
chilly.
It's perfect. It's just perfect right now. And last night was nice and cool.
Because it's September. This is late September weather.
Yep.
Oh, that's sad. Let's keep it up with the hot days, okay? You can suffer for a little bit longer, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot. It's perfect. You can do anything.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, my Wednesday's been good so far.
How was your weekend?
What did I do? I did a lot this weekend. I can remember it, but I'd have to think about it. But I did a lot of fun stuff.
It was a while back.
Yeah, that was a few days ago. But I'm looking forward to this weekend to see what the weather's going to be like, because I got some fun things I got planned to do.
Okay.
Can you tell me?
Yes. Well, you're going to be in Pennsylvania, so I don't know what the weather's going to be like down there.
I don't know either, but we'll have to figure it out.
It's going to be another nice summer weekend. Friday, sunny with a high near 87. Then overnight on Friday night, it'll be clear with a low around 67, so it's pretty comfortable. And then Saturday, probably my pick day of the weekend, partly sunny, high near 86. And again, this isn't going to be a humid 87 or 86. It shouldn't be too oppressive at all. It should be really nice days to do anything you want to do summer-wise. Saturday night, the clouds roll in a little bit, it gets down to 66, and then on Sunday, high of just 78, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. And that chance of showers and thunderstorms will last right through till Monday, where we're expecting a high of 83. So pretty good weekend. Remember, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms means 50% chance of no showers or thunderstorms either. So I don't think you have to worry about canceling any of your outdoor plans. Just keep an eye on the radar and the FL1 local weather center. But Friday and Saturday, perfect.
That is true. I like that. That's a good weather right there. We don't have people
That's a good weather.
It's
Yes.
a good weather. We don't have people that'll think it's too hot or too cold, so it's perfect. And there are some good weekend events that are going on.
Huge weekend down in Trumansburg.
That goes great with weather. Oh, yes. And
somebody said this is the biggest weekend event in the Finger Lakes
no
for
doubt.
The entire year. Is grassroots? That's it?
I would have to think it is. It's huge, and it's 3 days, and it goes late into the night.
Oh, yes.
There's 4 stages. There's just so many bands, and it's huge.
Have you guys ever been to Grassroots?
I have not, no.
I've been to Grassroots, sure, yeah.
How long ago was that? How long has it been?
I don't know.
That wasn't.
It was probably 20 years ago. Was probably the last time I went to Grassroots.
Wow. So it's been going on for a long time.
Oh yeah. It's continued to grow though. Actually, it's been at this size probably for 20 years.
Wow.
But some people camp all weekend. Some people just stop down and stay for a day or a night. And, there's just a lot going on. There's food, there's dance, there's art, there's music. It really is something. It's a
whole new world.
Yeah, it takes over Trumansburg.
Yeah. I've been there a few times. It's definitely interesting.
It reminds me a lot of the Jazz Fest in terms of the way it sounds. The way people describe it, it sounds like a big, giant, multi-day kind of that approach.
It's like a mini Woodstock. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's
people can be whatever they want to be that weekend.
Yes, it's
they
a
can
very
be
free spirits.
Yes, whoever they want to be. They could do all these fun little crazy hula hooping and I don't know, fire blowing, crazy stuff you see at the campgrounds.
Children, toddlers are there.
Oh yeah,
which is in contrast to there's some scantily clad individuals there as well. But it should be pretty good weather. There's been years where it's been stormy and muddy, and it's just an absolute mess. It looks like that wouldn't happen until maybe Sunday, and even then it wouldn't be too it's dry. We can handle some rain around here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went there one of the days when it was super, super rainy and gross, but it was still really a good time. So, yes, that was one of the first events I had going on. It goes from Thursday to Sunday. Like we said, it has 4 stages with live music deep into the evening each night, like we talked about. And if you want to get the full entertainment lineup or more information, that's at grassrootsfest.org. So that'll be something a lot of people, I'm sure, will be attending. Another big event we have going on is the Seneca County Fair is underway, and that goes through Saturday night, and it's highlighted by the Demolition Derby action, which actually starts Thursday, and they have the finals and stuff, I think, on Saturday night. That's usually how it goes. So that'll be fun if you want to get out there.
There's rides and food and contests. I once judged the beauty contest of some sort. I was a judge. That's the last time I went to the Seneca County Fair.
Last time I went,
Dairy Queen or something. Dairy
Princess, yeah, they do have that.
Something like that.
Last time I went, I got to announce the Demolition Derby, and that was fun.
Oh, really?
Like, I was on the stage, and like they had the mud flying up everywhere. It was definitely an interesting experience, but I haven't been there in a while.
Now, speaking of Demolition Derby and motor racing in general, Chris Marquardt hosts the Crash Course podcast and the 31st Lap podcast and the Final Round podcast at Finger Lakes 1. None of them have been on for the past couple of weeks because he's been sick, not feeling too well, actually in the hospital with about a pneumonia or some respiratory situation. He was released yesterday. He's hoping to have a show tomorrow night, Thursday night, get back into the rotation, but he's usually in charge of that, or involved in that Demolition Derby. They also have like an RC car Demolition Derby and some other ancillary Demolition Derby events there. So hopefully Chris is feeling better.
Yeah, hopefully he is. It brings quite a crowd, so I'm sure it would be a good video too. Another thing we have going on is Anne of Green Gables, a new folk rock musical. It debuts at the Merry-Go-Round Playhouse in Auburn on Friday night at 7:30 p.m. with shows on Saturday and Sunday as well. You can get more information at fingerlakesmtf.com.
Finger Lakes Musical Theater, MTF. That's what that stands for.
Oh, well.
FingerLakesMTF.com.
Yes, that sounds interesting. A new folk rock musical.
The Merry-Go-Round Playhouse in Auburn is Broadway for the Finger Lakes. I mean, they're Broadway quality shows they put on. And the ticket prices are reflective of that, but really good shows that there's whole season that they have is if you want to see a good show, a Broadway quality show, then
you go there.
That's where you go.
So those are just some of the weekend events that are going on to go with the great weather, but
so many events.
There are obviously more events available at our community calendar under the local listing tab at fingerlakes1.com on our homepage and on our app.
And I'd like to give, we'd like to list all the musical performances and bands that are playing, but they're everywhere. Every winery, lots of bars. There's acoustic, 1 or 2 man shows going on. There's bands. There's classical music, chamber music. I mean, there's music everywhere, wherever you go.
Which is great. It gives you such a variety, and it would be a pretty boring show if I just sat here and listed off every single music act
this time
what's
of year
going on at the wineries and the breweries.
You just have to go out and find it.
Yeah, you can just assume that there's something going on when you hit the wineries.
Absolutely.
Head out and find it.
But those were some of the weekend events I had. What do you have going on in the stories of this week?
So we've got a lot of news, obviously, since last week. The murder, the double homicide in Waterloo, that obviously we've been trying to keep in front of that. Really extensive story on our front page right now, highlighting everything that's happened since the story first broke overnight on Tuesday of last week. We've also got a really interesting look at Western Ontario County. Adelaide Geithner, one of our interns, has been working on some really interesting human interest stories. Really fascinating stuff, especially for the weekend when you're settling down and you're not really looking for sort of, your typical headlines. A story coming up this weekend on Hemlock Lake Actually, the first lake in the Finger Lakes to have been settled, or to have been settled significantly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
part
really
of the
interesting.
Finger Lakes history and lore.
And, of course, here in the studio, we've had a ton going on. Melissa Killalay had a show yesterday. That's up on Finger Lakes 1 TV. Assembly Minority Leader Brian Kolb was in studio talking about Albany, the corruption convictions, obviously all of the news that came out of the end of session late June. And then, of course, the Golf J podcast, and we talked...
British Open preview.
Yep, British Open. And then... Crestwood expansion, that's finally been killed. That was the big story last week, and we talked about that extensively on the Debrief podcast on Monday, myself and Jackie.
It's one of my favorite shows, along with Fresh Takes with Russo and Felice.
Yep. Very interesting stuff, and of course, lots more coming up.
Harold Weber had Paige Montgomery in. She's the recent Minders grad who bought an ice cream truck and painted and refurbished it and is out selling ice cream throughout the streets of the region.
So clever. I love it. I told him, like, congrats. That is awesome.
Page's
I would love to.
Sprinkle Starship.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I knew it had something to do with Starship. It's pretty sweet. I drove by it this morning on the way to work.
It's
and
on
I was like,
road, parked out there usually.
I wanted to turn around and be like, turn your music on. I'll come get ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, so there is a lot going on, clearly, as always.
As always. And check out the website. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. And then, of course, download the app.
Get the app.
The app is everything. But yeah,
what about some awesome photos? I know we've got pictures.
Not as many as last week. Oh my goodness.
You missed a good week, and it was hard to decide. We actually chose 2.
Wow, you had
Because
co-winners.
there was literally 30 photos maybe last week.
Yeah, it was pretty much just photos. Yeah, but we're gonna go back to our roots, right?
See, I'm not here for a week, and we can't even pick a photo.
No, we couldn't.
Come on, we have to be able to make that kind of decision.
No, there's too many.
Yeah, this time we'll have to decide on just one. So
it's one or done. We're not.
All right, I'm going to get right into it, and we're going to get started with this photo from the Holiday Week's fireworks display over Seneca Lake in Geneva from Justin Hausner. That is a cool firework photo. We saw some cool firework photos last week, but this one is interesting.
Yeah, it's from the American Legion display from the same week, so this is a little late into us, but what a picture. You got the boats out in the north end of Seneca Lake watching the fireworks.
Wow. He's
right above the Bellhurst Castle right about there. You can see the railroad tracks there along the lake. And,
it's an aerial shot. It's a really unique view.
We have a few aerials this week.
It took me a second to figure out where he was taking this picture from, but now I see it. That is awesome. Rachel Burkholder stopped to check out this patch of wildflowers along the New York State Thruway at a rest stop east of Syracuse. Well, that's a cool picture.
You got a sign. It's a wildflower area.
That's awesome.
You don't need a sign to tell me that.
Mike Calabrese had his drone high above Seneca County on Sunday afternoon, where he captures the following 2 images. The first shows Cayuga Lake from above Ernsberger Road in East Varick. My best friend used to live on Ernsberger Road, and I would never think it looks like this from above. How awesome is that?
Yeah, that this pretty much sums it up there. Life in the Finger Lakes in the summer. That is really
rural.
A scenic vista.
That is awesome.
And it is rural down there in the central southern Seneca County.
The lake looks awesome. The second shows the Seneca Falls Canal Harbor and Van Cleef Lake from 400 feet above the Second Business District.
Second.
That is awesome. That is cool, too. You know, you don't see pictures like that often. It doesn't even feel like we're looking at, like, Seneca Falls.
Yeah, and one thing about this, too, at the end of end of Van Cleef Lake there, the north, what would that be, western end, is the old industrial park with Phillips, Sylvania Industrial Park.
Yeah.
A lot of people in Seneca Falls never have even been over there because it's kind of like out of the way. But it's still there, yeah. And yeah, what a beautiful town Seneca Falls is.
It is. It's so pretty. Michael Angley captured the sky over Tompkins County after a storm rolled through on Monday evening.
That is a shot right there.
That's beautiful. I love the colors that the sky can just storm up storm up, drum up. I don't know.
It storms it up. It storms up.
Yeah. A northern mockingbird is seen here perched on top of an American flag in Sodas Point last week in this photo from Chris Trine.
There it is.
That's cool. Very patriotic.
Yes, that is one patriotic bird. He wouldn't bow down to Vladimir Putin in a summit.
He would not.
And from Robert Kurtz, a group of goats hanging out by Fulkerson Winery in Yates County earlier this week.
How about that?
What?
Wow.
That is awesome.
Where are there goats in logs like
Yeah.
that? That's
Just
a tourist
hanging out?
attraction in its own.
I would go hang out with those goats. I wonder if they're nice.
I remember once I was at a petting zoo and a goat rammed me.
Yeah, that's what I think of them. But, you just have to be an animal whisperer and maybe you'll become friends with all of
Goats
them.
will eat anything, too.
Oh,
I learned
yeah.
that from watching cartoons when I was younger.
Oh, I wonder if it's still true, because cartoons tend to lie. Just saying. And warm southern winds were blowing onto Sodas Bay last week, as shown by this weather vane captured by Chris Trine.
You know
Oh,
what?
that's cool.
As simple as that picture is, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
That is that's summer.
Yeah.
I see that and I just assume 85 degrees, a little humid, sun's going down.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and even when it is hot this time of year, you gotta love that time of night.
Oh, yeah.
The
Always.
10 to 20 minutes between day and night, the golden hour. Or what do they call it? The golden
Ooh.
hour?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of it be called
Is
the
it-
golden hour.
Everything just seems to slow down, and it's really nice.
Stand still almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And surprisingly, those were our only photos we had this week. Definitely not as much as last week.
No, Rachel Burkler sent over an amazing thunder and lightning photo that didn't make it up in time for us to get it on the show, but that'll be next week.
I saw that actually on Facebook, and I did love it a lot. But now is time for the decision. Let me see. Who is going to go first? I don't know. Josh.
Which one do you like?
I honestly, I think I have to go with the weather vane.
The weather vane, that was
The-
very
the-
nice.
Dark horse.
Yeah, it's just different. I mean, there are a lot of other good. The Tompkins County photo was really good. The shot of Seneca Falls is good, but I think honestly, and of course the fireworks is maybe the more impressive one. But
The drone photos are a bit of a unfair advantage, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
can see
on
that.
the other hand, if that's the best, you got to go with the best.
I am torn between three. I like the fireworks, the Seneca Falls one, because I'm feeling very for my town, and the goats, of course.
Goats, okay. Well,
So
pick
you
which
have
one
to-
are you going to pick?
I'm going to pick, okay, I'll narrow it down. Seneca Falls or the goats? Seneca Falls or the goats? I'm going with the goats.
so
All
it's
right.
goats or a weather vane. What
Yeah.
a weird
Yeah,
world we
I
live
didn't
in.
know it was going to come down to that. Well, you know what? I thought that the goat picture was delightful.
Oh,
It wouldn't have been my
yes.
choice if I had to choose my favorite. I would have gone with one of the drone photos, I think, this week. But I thought that the goat photo was just delightful.
Woo! I love winning. It's just so great. That goat photo was from Robert Kurtz, so congrats. You beat out some really good competition with those goats. If, of course, anybody wants to share any local photos from across the Finger Lakes, you can click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage at fingerlakes1.com. Everybody had really good photos. I did really love the Seneca Falls drone photo, too. If only we could pick 2 or 3, it would make it easy.
You know, that would not be the photo of the week then.
Right. We don't give out medals for participation here, do we?
That's kind of mean to these photographers who just give us their photos. We will give out our kudos, and we do appreciate
Yes.
the fact that you sent us
I mean,
these photos.
that's
It's a
part of the
joke.
thing is the photos were all really, really good.
They
and
always
all good.
are.
You
You
know.
expect me to be able to pick just one. I have trouble picking everything. I'm very indecisive, so that's that. But those are all the photos I had, and I know that there was a lot of sports that are going on this weekend, so.
Well, not a lot.
Wow, okay. Well,
Just given the fact that it's actually this week right now Monday through Thursday, Friday is the slowest week of the entire sports year because Major League Baseball's on the All-Star break. Of course, there's no basketball or football. Training camp isn't even started for football. But it's British Open weekend, and the season's third major at Carnoustie, the 147th Open Championship. And even if you're not a fan of watching golf, this is a fun one to watch because the course is so unorthodox and so old. It's just ancient, and it's not like anything you'll ever see. And the players normally, when they show up at a course and it's like dry and hard and burn out, they complain. But not here because that's just the way it is. It hasn't rained a lot over there, and it should be something that you won't see anywhere else watching a golf tournament, a professional golf tournament. It'll be much different. And the winner gets a claret jug. The other thing is, since it's over in Scotland, if you want to watch it, coverage starts at 1:30 a.m. on the Golf Channel, but it runs through 4 p.m., so you don't have to necessarily get up at 1:30. And then round 2, same thing, 1:30 to 4 p.m. on the Golf Channel. And then for the weekend on Saturday, 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the Golf Channel, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on NBC. And final round coverage from midnight to, wait a second, what do I got here? Geez, I think I screwed up my notes here. Same deal, though. 7 a.m. to 2:30, I think, is Sunday's final round coverage on NBC.
Those are some crazy hours.
Yeah.
That's what happens when there's
super dedicated.
Like, what is it, 8-hour time difference?
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be like for the Ryder Cup, which is in France, coming up in September. If you want to watch that, you're going to have to get up early.
Gee, I'll set my alarm for 2:30 a.m.
But you don't have to watch it. You know, you can get up at 7 or 8 a.m. and still watch
the
6
replay.
Hours.
Yeah,
and then the replay, they will be replaying, especially the first 2 rounds will be replayed on Golf Channel and during prime time. But
that's
not
crazy
the same as watching it live.
Right. That's crazy.
So anyways, as I mentioned, it's baseball on the All-Star break. They return with the Mets taking on the Yankees at Yankee Stadium this weekend. Friday at 7:05, Saturday at 1:05, and Sunday night at 8:08 p.m. So Yankees-Mets again, Subway Series this weekend. The Auburn Doubledays are on the road to face State College on Friday at 7:05, Saturday at 7:05, and Sunday at 6:05. Listen live to Doubledays Baseball with the voice of the D-Days, Drew Carter, on FingerLakes1.com radio, on the app, or on our website. Just punch it up and listen live. The D-Days it's tough when you're a single A team because if you start winning and you have 1 or 2 players doing really well, guess what? They pull them up.
They get moved up, right?
So you got to...
That's a pain.
It is. It's frustrating if you're a fan of the Doubledays. You know, you get this, but they won 9 in a row a few weeks ago, and since then they've been at about 500. They lost last night to Mahoning Valley. They're going to try to even things up today. And again, every single game live on FL1 radio. And then their home games, which they are home tonight and tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, live pregame and postgame show with video on Finger Lakes 1 TV or our YouTube channel. The Newark Pilots are home against the Jamestown Jammers on Friday night at 7:05 p.m. and then they're at Jamestown on Saturday, and then in Geneva to face the Red Wings on Sunday at McDonough Park for a doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock. So 2 games at Geneva, Newark, Geneva. And then Geneva is at Elmira on Friday, then home to host the Adirondack Trailblazers on Saturday at 7 o'clock for Geneva Police Department night with fireworks after the game. And then, of course, as I mentioned, they'll be hosting Newark on Sunday for 2 games starting at 4 o'clock. So,
wow.
Go see some local baseball. If you're looking for something to do, go see some local baseball. Auburn, Geneva, Newark, Rochester, Syracuse, wherever you are.
You will not be disappointed.
You can decide within 15 minutes of game time that you want to go, and you can go, not have to worry about getting in or being packed or anything like that.
Great food at all 3 locations.
Yeah.
Always.
It's incredible.
I go for the food most of the time.
Yeah, and
they have great, I love their fireworks shows that they usually have too, and the little mascots are always so fun during the games.
It's a great time. It's affordable, so you can go, and if you want to leave after 4 or 5 innings, it's not like you're going to have regret. It's a summer, head out to the ballpark. We got a lot of great baseball around here. The Doubledays would be the professional team. The the affiliated with the Washington Nationals and the Syracuse Chiefs in AAA. That's so. And then the other two teams, Newark and Geneva, are part of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Those are college players who come and play all summer in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League to hone their skills.
Cool. That's fun.
It is. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But now we look forward to the weekend. And I guess what's coming up next week, because I think something big is happening here next week.
Next Wednesday?
Wednesday?
FLX Weekly with Jessica Lahr will actually feature Jessica Lahr.
Right.
She'll be back after
for the first time in months.
5 or 6 months.
Yeah, so it will be exactly what it says on our screen, which is FLX Weekly with Jessica Lahr.
But you're not going anywhere.
No, I am not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
You're going to move down there to the other end of the table.
We're going to play
Move
musical
over here.
chairs. Oh, man, I got to make sure I get all situated now. I got pretty comfortable in Jessica's seat, but I'm excited for her to come back.
Yeah.
She can handle all the hard names that I probably...
Photo captions and...
I was really, really bad at that part, so maybe she's a little better.
You did well.
Oh.
You were thrown into the hot seat without much prep or...
Yeah, especially the first couple ones. I was like, "What am I doing?" But it's so fun.
It's easy.
Yeah,
and people tend to like it. I think
to give people
FLX
the
Weekly.
information. Yeah. And other than that, I look forward to Jessica coming. I'll be gone after today on a little trip.
What's going on in Pennsylvania that you got to go down there?
A bunch of us girls just pick a random place to go, and we go there, and it landed on Pennsylvania, Bucks County, and it's just a lake house in the middle of nowhere.
Spin the globe and...
I mean, I wish, but we try and keep it in a 5-hour radius, I guess, so it's manageable, and it's not like we're spending thousands of dollars. It's just a summer thing, and I didn't get to go last year, so I'm excited I get to be there this year, and we're going to float on a river, and I don't know if there's much else around, but we'll keep each other company for sure and have a blast.
Good.
It's a wild group of girls, which is always fun. What about you?
There you go.
guys?
It's going to be golf for me. We're in the
yeah.
heart of major golf season tournaments. I feel like every third day I'm playing in a golf tournament or something. Yeah.
I'm sad I'm missing some of the really good golf tournaments this weekend, so...
Yes.
That is a bummer, but everybody have so much
the
fun.
Nasty Money?
Nasty Money and the Danny Wright golf
yeah,
tournament.
that's right. Danny Wright's Friday.
Those are back-to-back this time, so whoever's playing in both of them, they are going to be hurting next week.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck for sure. But what are you doing this weekend?
I mowed the lawn last night, which was great.
Wow.
It's out of the way.
Good job.
You probably won't have to do that again for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No, I know. Talking about going maybe to Buttonwood Grove Winery and checking out some music maybe on Friday night or Saturday afternoon.
Love that place.
A couple of projects around the house, and I'm golfing as well. I'm not golfing in any of those tournaments though. Yeah, I don't really have plans. You probably get dinner Friday night somewhere, maybe Friday or Saturday night. I don't know. It's been great.
Thing.
It's been kind of not a lot of plans recently, so it's just hey, where do you want to go to eat? Let's just get in the car and go. Or,
I envy that you guys have right now, because I'm always
this time of year it seems like everything slows down a little bit. You get into a point where it's a little less rigid and scheduled and chaotic that way.
Yeah, because I think especially for people my age with kids, the youth sports is starting to wind down. The Little League baseball's over.
Getting ready for school.
Yeah.
August is always crazy for me. It's always so many weddings and random little get-togethers, but everybody has to have a great weekend. There's so much to choose from, so go do something. And if you liked to drop us a line, you can send us an email at contact@fingerlakes1.com. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, share, you can comment, or subscribe. We'll be back next Wednesday, and until then, whatever your plans are, have a great summer in the Finger Lakes.
Joy and love here.
Yeah.